Hello and welcome to the PHOTOPLAY's YouTube channel. My name is Terry and today I will be sharing a card that I created using some products from the Say It With Stamps collection. Let's get started. So here's a close-up look at the stamp set that I will be using. It's called Lovely Lilac and this is perfect for a lot of different types of cards. There are a few sentiments included in the stamp set. There's one for sympathy cards, there's one for birthday cards. And there are also two other sentiments just saying that I've been thinking about you. And those cards are always nice to receive in the mail. So to start off my card, I am stamping everything down onto a white colored cardstock. I am using the Color Me cardstock here with an alcohol-friendly ink pad. I went ahead and stamped the image twice onto my cardstock just to make sure that I got a good impression. And once that was done, I am going in with some alcohol markers to color in the images. And like always, I will go ahead and leave a time above just in case if you're not into the coloring part, you can go ahead and forward it to that time. But if you are, I hope you enjoy and I will see you guys in a little bit. now that the coloring has been finished, I went in with my coordinating dies and I am going to run that through my die cutting machine. I like using a low tack tape to help with the die cutting process so the die doesn't shift around when you're running it through your die cutting machine. So this is a pink tape from Therm and it's really nice because it's not as tacky as the other tape like washi tape, which sometimes would tear off of your cardstock. This tape definitely doesn't do that. Look how easy it is for me to pop it out of the dies. I love when that happens. Okay, so let's talk about the background. I am actually going to stencil right onto the card base. So the card base that I'm using here is the number 6 card blanks from Stay With Stamps, and I'm using the same pink tape to mask off the left side of the cardstock. I am doing this because I will be ink blending the stencil, and I don't want any unwanted ink on the left side of the cardstock. So here I am going in with my blending brush and a light shade of ink, and I'm using the striped stencil and I'm lightly blending that onto the card base. I'm going heavier on the bottom and lighter on the top, just to get a gradient effect. So after removing the stencil, I went in with some gold iridescent paint and I splattered that on top of the card panel. And once the paint has dried, I went ahead and removed the masking paper. Now, since this is already a pre-cut card base, which I love, all that you have to do is reinforce the score lines. So using my bone folder, I went ahead and did that. Now here, I'm trying to figure out the placement of my die cuts. I wasn't sure which layout I wanted, so here I'm just playing around. And once I was happy with that, I decided to select a sentiment from the stamp set and found a good placement for it. So I went ahead and removed all the die cuts off to the side, and I'm going in with my mini Misty and I'm stamping this down with a black ink. I did stamp the sentiment down twice just to get a good impression. After the sentiment has been stamped down onto the card panel, I went in with the die cuts and repositioned it onto the card front. I'm just making sure that this is exactly where I want it. And then once I was happy with that, I went in with some adhesive. And for the adhesive, I'm using 2 different types. I'm using foam squares as well as liquid adhesive. And the 2 here that I'm using are also from Therm if you're interested. So for the lilac, I went in with foam squares, and I like these foam squares because the backing, it's blue. So you don't have to worry about which foam square you already peeled off the backing for. You kind of already know once you remove the blue backing on this, which I find it quite nice. And with the leaves and the bumblebee, I went in with liquid adhesive and adhered that onto the card front. Then going in with some scissors, I went ahead and snipped off everything that was hanging off the side of the card except the tip of the lilac flower. And of course, with every card that I make, I like going in with a white gel pen, and I like using the gel pen to add highlights and details onto my card front. So here you can see that I'm going in and just creating little dots and lines all over the card panel. And that pretty much completes the card. I hope you guys found this tutorial useful, and please don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.